Hi, and thanks for tuning in to Comcast Tonight. I'm your host, Janelle Wolfe. And we begin tonight in Hollywood, not Berks County, with a photographer that's returning home for an exhibit at the Reading Public Museum. Joining me now is Andrew Orth. He's a man that's been photographing, I should say, celebrities for many years now. And Mike Anderson, a frequent guest on our show. We appreciate you coming back.
Thank you.
Mike, I'm going to start with you. Tell me a little bit about why it was important to bring Mr. Orth here to town to talk a little bit about some of these celebrities and show off some of the work.
Well, the show is opening this Saturday, and as a part of all the things we provide at the museum, we like to give a variety of things, and we think that this exhibition is real contemporary, and it'll attract a great audience. And besides the fact that we also like to feature artists that have some ties to Berks County, which Andrew does. It's great to see people go on and be successful. And I think this is going to be exciting. It opens the 14th of July, and it runs through the 30th of September in our Cove Gallery and in the atrium itself.
The exhibit is called Engaging Hollywood. How did you end up from Pennsylvania going back to Hollywood, and now you're back home again? Tell me how that worked.
My parents live here, and during the holiday season, I guess I went to a couple of social events and met some great people, that are in the arts and entertainment business here.
Some networking.
Some networking, and ran into Ron Roth. And in short, Ron had invited me to come to the museum and show some of my work, so I did.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the people that you've actually taken pictures of, and we're going to show you at home some of those pictures. Some pretty big names, some definitely recognizable faces. Do you seek out the clients, or do they call you? Or these headshot pictures? What is this for?
In general, you mean what I'm doing? Okay, so, well, every actor is represented by a publicist and a management company, and usually after they do a television series or in the beginning of one, or a film, or a musician that's about to go on tour, they usually seek a photographer to do their publicity. So they call me, or they call whoever they feel they're comfortable with, and they find out what kind of things I've done before, and what kind of personalities might get along or not, and they find out which ones they want to shoot with, and ultimately they call me and I shoot them.
From my understanding, and you may have noticed in that last photo with Paulina, you do something with the hands of people? They're always in the shot or something?
Well, this particular show is called Engaging Hollywood because through the years I've sort of I've asked people to engage with the lens. So as I'm speaking to you now, I'm kind of talking to you like this, and when they start to get a nice rapport with the lens and comfortability with me, I've asked them to sort of reach out, and ultimately they go like this, or they start to point. And that's sort of how the birth of the name Engaging Hollywood was found. What's
it like working with some of these people that, ordinary folk here in Berks County and Schuylkill and Lebanon, they only dream about meeting or see on the big screen? Is it all that it's cracked up to be? They're all just Joe Smith like you and me. They're fun people. They come from small towns across America like anybody else, and they just have a lot of ambition, and pretty much most of these people who have made names for themselves are passionate about their work and just don't have any other choice but to pursue it. It's kind of how I have done what I've been doing, and when you really love something enough, you don't have a choice in it, you just go after it. You're driven for it. You're driven to do it. That's right. Mike, people are going to have an opportunity to meet Andrew next week, I believe. Can you tell me exactly when that is, and are they going to be able to talk and ask questions and be interactive like this?
Sure. There's a couple times. At the opening, Andrew will be there, and the last photo you saw there was of Quincy Coleman, one of the subjects of the show that will be there, but she's also a singer-songwriter, the daughter of Dabney Coleman. She'll be there as well, performing a couple songs and meeting and greeting folks, plus a couple surprise guests. And the next week, next Wednesday, July 18th, Andrew will be back at the museum as part of our free third Wednesday evening. He'll be there at 6:30, but the museum's open free to the public from 5 to 8. And he'll be talking about finding the actor in the artist, or finding the artist in the actor, whichever way it works out to be. But he'll also be there to talk about each of the photos, or and the story behind the photos as well. So we invite people to come out either evening and enjoy.
Almost out of time now, Andrew, but I want to leave the final question with you. Was it a difficult journey for you to get from Pennsylvania to Hollywood? Because it's something I've kind of always thought about, but it just seems kind of overwhelming to get there. Was it an easy journey for you, or did things kind of just happen overnight?
It's a good question. I kind of made the transition because I knew that the faces and the business I wanted to pursue was there and not here. And unfortunately, if you want to be around race cars, you got to go to the racetrack. Or if you want to be around the people that excite you, that's the kind of party you got to go to. And I didn't have too much of a choice, but I was driven to go there because I knew that's where it was happening.
Would you do it all over again?
I do it all over again. Same thing.
All right, gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
If you're interested in checking out that exhibit, it is at the Reading Public Museum through September 30th. You can log on to readingpublicmuseum.org or call 610-371-5850. And that's Engaging Hollywood, the photography of Andrew Orth.